the more you're going to regret it in the long term. The Cowboys did a very poor thing. They could have signed Dak before Carson Wentz and before Jerry Goff. They waited to after, and he ended up making more than what they did in years, average per year. Skip, look. Lamar Jackson has earned this contract extension. I know Baltimore has the same concerns about Lamar as the Cardinals have about Kyler Murray. Is that when you run like that, there's a high probability that you're going to get nicked. And you keep getting nicked as you get older and older. The nicks keep you out of games long and longer. It's just not, oh, he got nicked, he won't return this game, we'll see him next week, to all of a sudden it's a week. It's 2 weeks, it's 3 weeks, and we saw what happened last year. If I'm not mistaken, he missed the last 4 games of the season. For me, Lamar has earned a bigger contract than Kyler. Lamar Jackson is 37-12 as a career as a starter. He's an MVP and won 2 division titles. Kyler Murray is sub-500 as a 500, below 500 as a starter. So Kyler Murray that's the floor where I would go. Kyler Murray got what, 160 guaranteed, $230 million, $103 million at signing. I ain't 103 million. Y'all need to go back and get a couple more. Y'all need a couple of more millions of that at the time of signing. He wants to get as close to Sean. Now, he didn't get the thing fully guaranteed, but I think Lamar Jackson is looking at something 110, 115, maybe 120 at the time of signing. Maybe 200, at least 200 million guaranteed.
So Kyler's like 46 a year?
Yeah. So he's looking at 46, 5, 47, 48.
I would think 50.
He might be looking at Aaron Rodgers, 50 million a year. Do something to make me feel good,
Which is the top annual.
Right. So because I don't believe he does a deal that comes in less than 46.1 a year. So that's the starting point right there, Skip, is 46.2. Now, how close or how much above 50 do we have to go? Are we going 47, 48? Or are we going 50.1, 50.5, 51 million? Because that's the only place they can go from here, Skip. Because we know Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert are coming down the pike after this year.
They are.
And it's gonna be 48, 49. It's gonna be that quarter of a bill, maybe even 300 million, Skip. So I don't really know what choice the Ravens have other than to pay him. And like you said, bam. Cross your fingers and pray every night. Lord, please, I hope he don't get nicked. Because everything that he does is predicated on those legs. You want Kyler Murray, you want Lamar Jackson to throw the ball from the pocket. They put the fear of God of you when they got that ball in their hands and they break contain. Because now he can take off and run, and both of these guys can run very fast and still throw the ball over the top of your head.
Okay. Yeah. Bottom line, as you've said many times on this show, you're not sold on Lamar as a Super Bowl quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So if you're sitting in that hot seat upstairs for the Ravens, the team you played for, you're going to bite your bullet? You're going to close your eyes and say, we just got to do this?
Skip, you got to jump out the plane and hope the parachute open.
Right.
It's simple as that, Skip. You're up there now. You done gave him 4 years. You've had him for 5 years now. You know what he is. If anybody knows what Lamar Jackson is, it's the Baltimore Ravens and that front office. You got to jump and hope the chute's open.
And you might say they know what he isn't.
Correct.
It's the cost of doing business. It's the price of competing in the NFL. You stole him in the draft because you flat out stole him. And you've been stealing him ever since because you've been able to pay him bottom of the first round money.
Right.
So he has way over-earned
what you've been paying
him. He won the MVP of this league. That's spectacular to me. You can never take that away from him. And there was no controversy about it.
No, he deserved it.
I had no problem with it.
Yeah.
He didn't steal that. He won it.
Yes.
He outright won it. I still think he's a little better than Kyler as an all-around quarterback. You can make the case Kyler has a better arm because he does have a better arm.
Yeah.
He's got a better deep arm. He played center field in baseball and got drafted in the, what was it, 8th overall by Billy Beane in the Oakland A's. He was a...
Now he's making more than the whole A's roster.
That's a fact. And he was all Big 12 as a center fielder. It's not that easy to do.
No.
I got to tell you, because we talk about prime time, your man time, crossing over and being a starting center fielder in the big leagues.
Yes.
But But Kyler's got a wing on him that Lamar doesn't have. But in that MVP year, and when he's been healthy, he throws it effectively because he dart throws it to me. And I think he has high football IQ because I like the way he reads it and finds it and sees it and completes it on time and on target.
Right.
Is he a great thrower of the football? He is not.
Right.
And Shannon Sharp would say, well, then there's a ceiling. You can only be he'll take you this far, but he can't take you that far because in the end you win throwing from the pocket in this league. Okay, I got that. I've just never seen anything like him with the football under his arm in open field.
Right.
It's just he's way beyond Kyler. Kyler has weird speed and quickness. He's quicker than he's fast.
Right.
Kyler can be caught in the open field because they're like cartoons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And Lamar is just, it's sprinter speed.
Yeah, he's just gliding. He just looks so effortless when he runs.
And when he goes, he just goes.
Yeah.
And he's gone. He's like in Tyreek's class to me. With football under arm, he can fly. How long does that last? I'm going to knock on wood because history would tell you not that long. Shelf life is not going to be long for either of these quarterbacks. But when you can win an MVP and when you can show me that you're the heartbeat of a team in ways Kyler is not the heartbeat of the Arizona Cardinals, they die for him. I just think they believe in him, in his intangibles. Maybe not in his tangibles. Maybe if you put them all on lie detectors off the field, they'd say, I don't know if he's just talented enough to take us home. But on the ball out tangible, he balls out in ways Kyler doesn't.
No.
Where he just made so many big plays in big nationally televised games where you just say, that young man has that football backbone to him. Because of all that, he deserves more money than Kyler.
Yeah, you're going to get it.
Yet, we keep talking about this. There's high risk here because we've seen even in the last few years, we've seen teams fold their hand and let somebody take the pot prematurely, like Carson Wentz. That Philly went too fast on that one, right? And you can argue that Jared Goff, the Rams. But I mean, at least Detroit.
At least he got to the Super Bowl.
You got to the Super Bowl, and at least Detroit is still. You can argue he's still afloat in Detroit.
Yes.
We'll see how long that lasts. But even Odell, they paid Odell way too early because he was beyond nicked. He started having surgeries.
Yes.
And he got hurt. And look back at what the Giants decided to give him before, you take the fifth-year option. But then they say, let's just extend.
Right.
And they extended him. And so he hit the lottery for a while.
Yep.
When he went to Cleveland, he was still making tons of money, okay? And the Giants would look back now, we folded our hand way too early on him. But it's scary because you say, well, look what he's doing. And Carson Wentz had that one flurry at the end of 2017 when he looks like he's in the MVP race.
Yep.
And then the backup quarterback ends up taking you through the playoffs to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Okay, so now Lamar. The issue becomes once again, he decided not to have an agent. He's going to save a ton of money, but it's like the old saying about penny wise, pound foolish.
Yeah.
Well, you're being pound foolish because
you're not going to hear what they want to say tell you, Lamar.
You just don't want to hear it. And it's going to get tougher and tougher and maybe uglier and uglier. And you need somebody to finesse this. You need somebody to play the media for you because he's losing the media game because he doesn't have a mouthpiece.
Right.
Because Lamar's not great with the media because it's not what he does.
Right.
He tries, he's a nice guy and all that, but he's not skilled in spinning the media.
That's why you turn it, hey, my agent, they're handling that.
Yep.
And I got nothing to say. When the contract is done, I'm sure I have a lot to say, but until then, I really got nothing to add. We don't have a contract. I'm here in camp trying to get better. Hopefully, we have a great camp. And we're trying to win a Super Bowl. Everything that I do and what this team does is all in preparation for getting to and winning the Super Bowl. That's all he has to say. But as far as contract, you let the agent, whether it would have been Drew Rosenhaus or Tom Condon or Mugaleta or whomever it may, Rocky Art, whoever the case may be, Skip, you let them handle that. Because I can tell you, Lamar, they're going to tell you what you don't want to hear. And then you're going to get, I'm telling you, you're going to get in your feelings. It's going to happen. Nobody likes to hear what they are not. I don't care how much money is at the end of the tunnel. People have feelings. There are emotions involved. And they're going to tell you things that your agent would tell here and would never, ever share with you because he know how it would impact you. It would cause you to look at the Ravens in a different light. But hey, that's your money. You do how you do what you feel, how you feel you want to go about it, bro.
So he decided to report 5 days before he needed to report to training camp. And yet it's unknown whether he will start to participate in actual drills. Will he just be there?
Because a lot of times guys show up because the fines are so extensive now. You show up and don't participate. I'm here. I ain't practicing, but I'm here.
Okay, so is that what we're looking at?
I don't really think Lamar do that. I think he'll practice. Now, these guys don't play in games anymore anyway. I don't know. None of the star players play in preseason. That's why they might need to cut that down to 2 because ain't nobody playing. It used to be, Skip, you play 5.